Unanswered Cries by Osman Conte is another short story where Conte takes us deep down the heart of traditional African culture. He takes us deep down sub-Saharan African communities to examine, or should I say to experience, that aspect of our African culture which is often hidden. It is often hidden because of its brutal nature. And when he titles a narrative Unanswered Cries, he tells us that as a critic, Osman Conte goes all out to bring out the trauma, to bring out the pains, to bring out the sheer brutality of this procedure, which is often carried out by a bunch of women with very little or no education. And it is often seen as a passage to womanhood, something that anyone with human feelings would obviously decry or would criticize. So when we talk about Unanswered Cries, be ready to engage in an adventure with the 14-year-old Olabisi deep down the heart of Sierra Leone, the village, of course, in Temne, and then back then in Freetown, the capital, where we do see the court case plays out. But then for us to be able to appreciate or to give a full appraisal of the novel, it is very important for us to take a brief walk on the main character, the core characters of the text, the lead characters like Olabisi, the daughter, Makalai, and the father, Ade Jones, as well as other peripheral characters like Edward Cole. We also have other characters like Malam Sise, who we are going to meet at the court, and the Bodo women who engage in this female circumcision, as well as the apostle, the Digba Sowi. So just get yourself ready. We are going to get deep down into the heart of the novel to be able to bring out those core aspects of literature, as well as to discuss those burning societal issues that are all discussed in the course of the narrative. So to get straight to the point, clearly we can see here that these are the main settings and the main characters of the narrative. Here we can clearly see there that the story takes place in Sierra Leone, and in Sierra Leone we also have minor settings like Freetown, where we see the court case playing out, and we also have an idea of life in Freetown, especially for teenagers who are just as young as 14 years old, Makalai, who have boyfriends like Eddie Call, and then they go clubbing. We are going to have a taste of all of that. In the village, we also see Temne. Now, Temne is the village where the female circumcision rites are carried out. And when the story begins, we meet the main characters in Temne, where they are undergoing, some of the characters are undergoing female circumcision. She gets to see how the process is done through a series of adventures while she's in the village. Now, let's go down to the main actors, the lead characters in the narrative. First, we have Olabisi Jones. And we can see that Olabisi Jones, she's only 14 years of age, a very young woman. And they will also have her mother, Makalai. So Makalai is the mother of Olabisi Jones. And then the father is Ade. So we see that Ade Jones is the father of Olabisi, and Makalai is the mother. But then let's bear in mind that the two, Makalai and Ade Jones, are not married, which means that you could say that Olabisi is more or less a product of some kind of a broken home, given that she has no, she lacks that parental supervision. Reasons why she engages in the kind of things that we don't expect her to engage in. Then let's look at the main themes. When we talk about the main themes of the narrative, we are talking about the major aspects that have been dealt in the narrative. Then we are mentioning female genital mutilation, which is female circumcision, female genital mutilation. We also have other issues like juvenile delinquency. We also have other issues like juvenile delinquency, because we realize that the girl is only 14 and the things that she does takes us to this juvenile delinquency. We also have man's inhuman treatment of fellow man, because the process is a very inhuman one. So we are going to come across these issues too. And then we can also deal with conflict and how the whole female circumcision thing affects traditional African societies. Then there's also the aspect of culture that cannot be overlooked. So we are going to run through all these key aspects and then see how the narrative flows out slowly to a close.